then when we came over Iceland, we crossed the Krafla volcano that was active at that time. It's a long, narrow, what do you call it? Rift, yeah, fissure volcano, and it was so beautiful.
Thank you.
With glowing lava.
Wow.
That was very beautiful.
You have an announcement?
Oh, you're getting engaged or what?
She just cracking up. I'm just standing here. She's having trouble holding herself together.
Under panic.
Henning, will you tell us about the hurricane that you said that you were trapped in that cabin?
Where I lost my
Let's just
hair?
standing here.
Yeah, you lost your hair.
Oh, that was a. Yeah, well. Yeah. Can I have a little more whiskey? No, you know what a blood sausage is?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What? No.
No.
Delicious.
Sausage made out of blood?
In a casing.
Blood sausage in the Danish version is about this long and about like that. And when it's frozen,
Yeah.
it's a pretty strong weapon. As long as you hold to one end of it. So I had to go by snowmobile that winter, that time on the winter, from the a cabin on the coast back to our base camp, which was about 100 kilometers inland, and that usually not a problem, 3 hours or something on a snowmobile. But then, one guy, we were 3 guys in that winter season, and one guy was in the coastal cabin, and the other guy was at base camp, and I was to go back to base camp. And then I had only a tent and a sleeping bag and a blood sausage.
What's blood sausage?
What? Blood sausage?
It doesn't even taste like
sausage.
It's fair.
It's a thick sausage with blood, okay, and raisins and things like that. Pretty good. Well, anyway, it was frozen, and I headed the right direction, and then the storm came up, and I had almost at the same time, maybe because I had drifting snow into the carburetor or something, I had problems with the snowmobile, and it took me many hours to get diverted, and I knew about this cabin that I had been at in the summer, that I could reach that one, even though I had to walk maybe. So I couldn't get very far the first night, so I camped in the middle of the big valley, and I was lying there in a tent in my sleeping bag, and there were polar bear country, so I didn't have any weapon, but I had this frozen blood sausage next to me, and I was determined to knock out the first polar bear I would see with this frozen. So I knew what a frozen salami would look like. So I thought that I would probably surprise the polar bear, but, and it might be interested in the blood sausage and not me. But I didn't have any visit by polar bears, so the next morning, the next day, I managed to get to this cabin, and the snowmobile just died there. So I stayed inside that one and ate the sausage over a week.
That's all you had?
And no, I'd left the summer before. I'd left some leftovers I had, because you never know, I thought at that time, and true enough, you never know.
Any Cheez-Its?
So I had some soup and stuff, and there were some old weekly magazines. I could read, and
The magazine.
yeah, no naked women. And the cabin was very small. It was just long enough for me to lie down, and along side of it, and there was a tiny coal stove that you should be careful not to sit on. And then at some days the wind was so hard and right into the direction of the door, so I had to sit on the bunk with the back on against one wall, and then sit with my feet up there and holding the door, so it, doors are always open inwards, because then you can always open outwards and you're inside and it's drifts over, you cannot get out. So, but it's a problem if the wind is too strong. So yeah, that was fine. I had to stay indoor for everything for several days, and then one day it was awfully quiet outside, and the wind had died, and it was very quiet, and I got out, and I saw a lemming running around. It was so funny. A lemming, a small rodent.
So funny.
Yeah, and it had obviously lived under the house or something. It always also came out and looked. And that was after 7 days. It was pretty. My pals thought that I'd probably kick the bucket somewhere.
Were you
So
worried
they
that
had
you were
ordered a search and rescue, but they
you had enough water?
water.
Yeah, but
Water
absolutely.
snow.
no, but that takes you have to do a lot.
Well, water was everywhere. No,
I know, but
and I had
you
some
were
coal.
constantly-
I had coal.
We do that when we go like super.
But it was a problem of keeping fire going in that hard wind, because the pipe was not the best. The chimney was not the best. So yeah, I was doing fine
Was
there.
it just extremely lucky that you found your cabin? Or like, did you?
Yo. But yeah,
Were you really
but you have to count on some luck.
But like
Yeah.
after a week, is that enough? Was your blood sausage enough to?
No, but I left some
you had
food
soup.
the summer before.
And you had coal or something? You had, like,
Yeah, there
coal
was.
stocked up?
Always some coal at the old cabins from the 1930s. They put several bags of coal.
Did you eat the coal?
Yeah, I ate the coal.
And the magazines.
And the
And
magazine.
black
Yes.
teas.
That's what you do to bad kids.
No, but I was pretty happy to see my two colleagues.
It was heartbreaking.
They thought that if
I got really upset with that. Okay.
there was one chance they could find me, and if I had made it to that cabin, because it was the only civilization between where one was and the other one was. So they came on snowmobile soon after the storm had died out, and there I was, kicking and alive. So they called in and canceled the search and rescue. So that was fine.
Did you bring a radio with you or no?
Well, I did, but somehow it was malfunctioning, dysfunctional. So didn't help me. So often, if things go bad, several things go wrong. Yeah, that's lockdown.
When was that?
So how
That was in 1984.
That's interesting.
6. A lot of things happened in 84, yes.
Wait, how old were you in
29 years ago, so it was about
Sorry, I
9
can't do math.
9 years before you were born.
Wow.
So you were like 35?
Near death situation.
That's embarrassing.
My near death situation.
Complicated.
Thanks for the
math.
correction.
You were 60, in 69 you were 20.
Drive
In 84 I was
I have no idea.
36.
You
36. Oh, I said
My
35.
sister got kicked for Christmas. She
Yeah.
she
I said 30.
Yeah.
35.
bought it in the States.
This is pretty close.
Yeah.
But it's I think it's an American company.
Yeah.
So the pin
She got it online.
is.
It's like a thing. She has like a bunch of these because she goes to a ton of like festivals. Have you ever heard of Burning Man?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Burning Man?
But then the start of that season, we had this cabin of sea ice.
No, she goes every year. I've never
That
been.
was,
I want to. That's definitely. I'm gonna go picture her like before I die. It's a long time there.
Because
Hopefully, hey, you know.
we were the
In my life.
three guys